and that's what I realized. Like if you eat your weight in Smarties, you get your weight in Smarties in you, and you gotta, when you're going to the dump, because they weigh your car when you go to the dump, you're gonna have to pay for those Smarties twofold. So you buy the Smarties and then you pay for them at the dump weighing station. And that's
why
why.
wouldn't you
That's
just
where I
eat the
messed up. I
Smarties?
bought them before.
Why would you eat the Smarties? Because
Why
they're
wouldn't
delicious and they give you strength.
Yeah.
I would eat them rather than take them to the dump, but
No, you eat them and they're in your body.
Yeah, your body is a dump now.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you go to the dump.
It's called my body a dump.
I see.
And
You were laughing so hard, we really thought you got the bit.
Well, you guys, this has gone great. Looks like, sorry, what's that? The cops? Sorry, the cops are here. Just kidding. So I'll say your name and I'll ask you a question, because there's 1, 2, 3. Damn it. 1, 2. Damn it. I like the Evil Dead poster, James.
Thanks, man.
Do you have a home studio?
Yeah.
Wow. I just want to talk to James.
Oh.
James, do you grow your own hair? Is that your hair? Is it real?
Yeah, I grew it myself.
Did your body make that?
My body made this hair, yeah.
Oh my God. Dreamboat. Okay. Kate.
Yes. It's telling me my internet's unstable, so I'm hoping it holds up.
Well, Katie, where are you from, Kate?
I think you already know the answer to that.
You're from Ireland, Kate.
I am indeed. Yeah.
Well, I'm from Cape Breton, so I can put me Irish and me Scottish together, and it sounds like I have a head injury.
I've
Kate,
heard a lot worse, so you're all right.
all right. Kate, what drew you to this project? First of all, what's the show that you guys are doing?
So the show that we were doing is called The Man Who Fell to Pieces by Patrick J. O'Reilly. Patrick is a friend of mine back in Ireland, and he wrote the play with a sort of autobiographical intention to it, basically.
Is it intimidating to do a play with a personal connection to somebody?
Do you know, I didn't think so at first when I saw this play in Belfast in 2018, and I just absolutely loved it. And because I knew him personally, it had more of an impact on me as well. So when I thought of this play, I just was like, yeah, I have to do it. But now that we're getting to a stage where it's going up and I have to talk to so many people about it, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit, because I'm asking him a lot of questions.
Yeah.
So, and I because I want to get it right, whatever I say about his journey, I want.
Well, you got the source material right there. Like, how could you not? It's like living next door to the library, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, I just want to make sure that I say the correct things with regards to his mental health journey, basically, because the play is about mental health and depression, basically. But it's a comedy. Let's make it clear.
That's great. Nothing funnier than mental health and depression. Am I right, everybody? Dana. Dana.
But
what are you doing? You're at the Grindstone Theater?
No, I'm at Fringe.
You're at the Fringe. I thought you were at the Grindstone there. Dana, what's your role? What's your role in the play?
I play Caroline, in the play. Yes.
And who is Caroline, Dana?
Caroline is the fiance of John, who is the lead of the play.
And Benjamin plays John?
Yes.
Or James plays John? Benjamin, you play John?
And is John.
Gotcha. Do you guys feel, I guess you wouldn't, because Kate has the most to lose by getting it wrong, because she knows the playwright. That's a joke, by the way, which is hilarious. You're welcome. Thank you, Benjamin. A+. Everybody else, get out.
You keep cutting off, so I'm missing a little bit of the joke. So I'm thinking if I put myself on mute, then I'll be able to hear all of what
you're not missing. You're not missing.
But you're so hilarious.
Yeah.
You're just hilarious.
You're not missing anything, Kate. I promise. Dana, do you when you play Caroline, is it something that Some actors, they bring from real life. They draw themselves into the character. They try to relate to the character. Is Caroline a person that you can relate to, or is it something that you have to invent yourself?
I feel like for sure, I definitely relate to Caroline, and I definitely draw from personal experience
Mm-hmm.
because I don't feel like there's a lot of people who have absolutely no struggle with mental health. And as someone who's had partners who have had mental health struggles, of course, you're drawing from that experience. So I know as soon as we jumped into this, I think we started in January of 2021 because we were doing it for the University of Alberta. I was like, oh, I know this. I know this story. So it made a lot of sense to me right away.
And Kate, I'm going to keep jumping back to you because everything intertwines with your direction of the characters. When you see an actor take on a role, specifically since you've already seen it before, do you let them run with it, or are you more of a like a hands-on director, like no, do it this way, or
No. I'm a very collaborative director. So with this particular play, I knew I wanted to have a physical theater approach to it.
Yeah.
So we while I was auditioning, I made sure to get the actors to do some physical stuff just to see if they could, get on the same wavelength as me. And so that's how we got through the audition process, and I identified the cast straight away from that. And it was all via Zoom at this time. But then once we come into rehearsal, I want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. So we had 3 physical theater workshops of 3 different physical theater styles, so that everybody was well informed. And then we started to play, and so I find all of the inspiration and all of the good stuff in the play comes through play. In the performance comes through that play that we do with the scenes at the beginning, and that's all very collaborative. Everybody's ideas are in there. I don't want to think that I'm the one with all the best ideas. Like I know I've picked really talented people in my cast, and I know that they've got really great ideas, and
you trust them. That's why you picked them. You trust them to bring them.
Yeah.
Benjamin, you play John. Benjamin, sorry.
Yeah, Benjamin, please.
So you're playing someone who's a real person. When I have ever played someone who was a real person, it's usually a historical figure. So I can go back and do some homework on them. When you're playing someone who's still alive, I assume that.
Yes, he's totally fine now, which is why he wrote this play.
I totally could have shit the bed right there. I'm sorry for swearing, but I totally could have opened up some terrible things. Benjamin, did you find yourself you wanted to talk to him, or were you like, no, I don't want to do that. I got to make this mine. This is my thing.
Yeah, we met John on a Zoom call once, and Patrick, yeah, on a Zoom call once, and I didn't really want too much of, because I feel like he's already put in the script, as much as he is in the story itself already, and it's then making it my own, right? I don't need to copy how he did, how he lived, whatever. It's the character's there, and now I got to make it my character. There was never like a point of trying to mimic or
because the play there's intent in the play, and you deal with the intent of the play. You do, and I'm sure in Patrick's mind, he doesn't want you to be him. He wants you to be he wants you to be who's in the play.
Patrick did his version, and then I'm doing Kate's version.
Nice.
And they are different, right? So
yeah,
I think we're happy to let it be different.
And you have your own experiences, and you have your own style, and all that stuff. Rad. James, how's it going?
It's going all right.
So, Evil Dead. Can I tell you that I met Sam Raimi?
Oh, jealous.
A peanut butter and jelly. He's a good hugger. A little too long on the hug, but appreciated it. Okay, on to someone else. Just kidding. James, your role. What are you bringing to the table here? I think it sounds like you're in design. It sounds like you're in, or do you just yell at people?
So I've done a few things. Most notably, I play a character in this play called Henry. He is a local handyman that gets called in lieu of an ambulance.
Oh crap!
And there's a lot of fun in that role. You know, I as far as character goes, as far as acting goes, it's sort of
Yeah.
my job to bring a somewhat even keel to a scene in service of the other
So
characters.
everything's, and then James comes in and it's just like, okay, everybody
Yeah.
chill out.
Yeah,
Everybody
and
chill
and
out.
you know, maybe
Yeah.
he's not always chill, but he
no.
tries.
But he does
Yeah.
his best. And
I
so
have done a little bit of design work for the play as well. Our
Yeah.
big prop, the that you'll see, the poster frame puppet
Yeah.
thing. I designed that, but no,
because a
both
person with that amount of gear does not impose their will on the design of the show.
no.
No.
I mean,
okay.
Kate was looking for suggestions.
Mhm. First of all,
I-
Kate, don't suck. Okay, show's got to be the best. Way. Second of all, I can do 3 push-ups in a row. That's just an aside.
Bravo.
It just
Wow.
sounds like this is because I and everybody here, I deal with my own struggles. We all deal with our own struggles. And a lot of people have had to be very self-reflective during this time. Kate, when dealing with something that is right now pretty much one of the more important things going on besides dealing with like the physical or not physical, but like the so mental health, I don't know how to put it. The mental health issues of people, I think are,
Yeah.
I would say at the top because people don't want to get vaccinated. People do want to get vaccinated. We don't want to push people to do things they don't want to do, blah, 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 public safety, blah, blah, blah. How much of this is coming to your mind? And how many are like, how much are you just like, no, I got to do the play. The play's the thing.
Well, in fact, I think this play is the thing because it's something that we've been thinking about, and one of the reasons why I brought it to Fringe was because people are struggling right now, and they've been struggling for over a year with restrictions and no physical contact and things like that. And you know, we know statistics have shown that there's been a rise in people having mental health issues. So we thought this play, because the play follows John's journey through his depression, and it sort of is in 2 worlds. We have the world where after he's physically and literally fallen apart, and the world before, and we hop between those 2 worlds each time, and we get to hear their inner thoughts and things like that. But again, it celebrates the broken. It celebrates it does it in a lighthearted way, in a comedic, surreal sort of a way. So we thought this was a great time to approach mental health with people and bring them on this journey in a lighthearted way, just so that, and like Patrick, who the story is about, he is fine now. He's great. He's a director and everything at home, and his life's perfect. Well, as perfect as life does get. So yeah. It's a happy ending. It's lighthearted. We want the audience to laugh. We actually invite the audience to laugh at us at one stage to make sure that they're comfortable with laughing at this particular subject.
Laughter is a release, right?
And like, yes, exactly. Yeah. And one of the things about each character, like John's mother is also in the play, but she's not here with us today, Liz Grierson. And following her story alongside John's story and how they sort of connected together. So a group of medical people went to see, medical professionals went to see it in Ireland. It was privately, they privately asked for the show, a private viewing. Mm-hmm. And they had
some groups will say like, this is a great example of written by a person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And one of the major things that they picked up on, and a big discussion they had about it after the show, was transgenerational trauma between the mother and the son, and how that has progressed.
Yeah.
And how it evolved, and you sort of can see an evolution of it within the performance. So it's something to follow. But there's Caroline, who is John's fiance, and we get to hear her experience of being with somebody with these issues, and how she thinks about it and stuff like that. And then there's Henry, who's James, and he is the character that I like to think that, you know, when there's somebody that you hardly know, but you end up telling you their whole life story.
The rock. They're the keystone. They're the person that you can trust to confide in.
Yeah, and
we're all lucky to have a James.
Yeah, when Henry's in the room, people start talking. You know, they start talking about the real issues and things like that. And he's also been like a companion to the mother, helping her through her issues for quite some time before John falls apart. So. Mm-hmm. You know, but we have definitely taken an unconventional approach to the script with mental health in mind. But it works. I don't want to give it away, but it works on so many levels. But it can get a bit, for want of a better word, crazy.
Well, that's the nice thing about theater is that you can smell and see and feel everything that people, I think, are going to be hungry for. Mm-hmm. Especially when you have, and your audience is going to be there on purpose. They're not just going to be like, what's on the TV, blah, bblah, blah. Yeah. Dana, you said that you had partners that were dealing with mental health issues. Did you find yourself feeling more compassionate towards them, or did you think like, man, I should have said something, or I could have done more, or like they were doing it to themselves, or because like a lot of it comes with drug abuse. A lot of people self-medicate, and I don't mean drug abuse as a like a reason. It's people are medicating themselves to try to get rid of the crap, to go to sleep. Did you find yourself rethinking those relationships, or even reflecting on yourself in a way?
Yeah, no, I think as someone who has experienced mental health issues in my life, and having been through it and also being in the midst of it, the only thing you can do is be there for the person and help them through it. Sometimes it does take a toll on you, but if you're really engaged with that person and you do love them, then you're going to stick it out the whole way through and just show them compassion.
Love is the great relevator, eh? It always makes you.
And that's.
Go ahead.
Or that's like the big spine for me in this show.
Yeah. Because Patrick wouldn't have written this if he did not have a support system that loved him. Right. And Benjamin, I don't want to ask you personal things about mental health. I don't think it's fair, nor do I think it's relevant. But living today in what's going on around, how do you draw from the world around you? Do you find that you're using an empathetic experience base, or is there something else going on when you're trying to ground your character?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't suffered from like depression myself, like really deeply, or suicidal thoughts. So it's
so that's new for you. That's very cool.
Yes, yeah, like my mental health was all in anxiety and stuff like that, which is very different. I think.
Want to meet your parents.
They're very nice people. But I know, like, obviously there's so many people in my life that have dealt with it, and partners I've had before, and it's kind of, how do I do it? It's you imagine, you put yourself in that place of, okay, I've seen people like this.
It sounds like you respect it. It sounds like you have an experience, but you respect the struggle.
Absolutely.
That's safe to say.
And then when you're acting, you kind of have to put yourself in that headspace of you are there. And in some ways, this play is nice because, yes, John is dealing with depression, but it's not so obvious that, oh, in this scene, Ben, you play depression. I played on falling apart, like physically. Yeah. Which makes it a bit easier to make that translation happen in my brain. I don't have to pretend to play this mental health thing. I can pretend to play what's happening in the world of the play, which is I'm falling apart physically. And that just manifests in what potentially I would feel like and be an act if I had these mental health struggles.
That's a great way to put it. Kate, was that in the script, or was that your idea? The whole falling apart?
Oh no, that is part of the script. Yeah,
That's a brilliant way to put it.
Yeah, and he's physically falling apart all the time. Like his ear falls off and his eyeball falls out, and things like this happen within the world. But we've put it in another world that is inside his head, which is what our sort of unconventional approach is, because we snap between the world that is after he fell apart, which we call the present day world, when he started to talk to people. And then we keep jumping back into the world before he fell apart. And so whenever we go inside those memories, that's when we take this different approach.
I could talk to you all about this forever, but Zoom has let me know that my 40 minutes are nearly up. James, I'm going to have one more question. Pardon? No, we're not. I'm going to get right back. Kate, you're going to have the last statement. Because I think that out of everybody here, you're the one I don't want to fight.
That's a good idea.
And that is the laugh of recognition from everybody. So, who's the survivor? James, do you find that when you are a rock or a person that is someone that people are leaning on, do you feel a pressure in that, or do you feel a release? Because, and I will just say this, in my life, people tell me stuff that they should never tell me.
Yeah, that's really interesting because, like, I mean, I don't think anyone here knows this. So I spend a lot of my time.
Don't talk about
free
murder.
time.
Don't
no,
talk
it's
about
not murder.
Things. Okay.
Not murder. No, so this is actually something that I swear that Kate typecast me, because I do work with my hands. People do, like you said, come up to me and tell me stuff that I don't even know why. And it kind of goes both ways.
You're approachable, and you're probably very kind.
There's pressure in terms of, like, if somebody I know comes to me and they need help, like I'm an acts of service kind of person. I want to fix it. I want to do that.
Yeah.
And there's the pressure of, like, okay, well, let's just let them get it out first. Don't be the guy who offers unsolicited advice. So there's that side of it.
Speak little, listen much.
Yeah. But at the same time, I also, like, I'll be out and about at like 2 a.m. and a dude will come up to me and just start telling me his life story. And I'm like,
killed my horse again. Killed my stupid horse again.
Great, man.
Do you have a shovel? Do you have a shovel?
Yeah. But so, like, you get into funny situations that way. But, as far as your question goes, it's really just a matter of, like, the pressure is to be there in a way that matters and be there in a way that's going to get that person to their next point that isn't a low. And
empathy takes effort.
It's something that I'm not always the best at, but it's definitely something that I'm proud of when I do get it right.
Yeah. That's a great answer, James.
Your question.
No, that answers it perfectly. In fact, I got uncomfortable and tried to make jokes during it. So
nice.
Fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, James.
Yeah, coping mechanisms. Let's go.
I know, right? That's exactly what it is. Okay, everybody has been wonderful. Kate, the last words, please.
Well, actually, I want to say some last words that are not related to the performance at all, but I just want to share something with the cast, seeing as they're all here, that happened to me today. I'm in Jasper right now, and I went on a morning hike this morning.
You found a ring. You found a body that had a ring on it?
I did.
And you stole the ring from the human body? Did you call the cops? Oh,
no,
Kate.
I just took it and ran.
Oh,
I'm
good job,
I'm
but
bringing
still.
Prosecco for your dead body ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Kate, did you propose to yourself?
I like that idea.
Did you propose to yourself?
I did. No, the dog proposed to me.
You know what? That dog, you're lucky.
I know.
Because he looks like you got engaged this morning.
Yes.
You're stealing my thunder. You're stealing my thunder in the best way possible.
But
congratulations.
Happy endings,
I know. What's your soon-to-be spouse's name?
His name is Tyler Hringe.
Tyler? That's a stupid last name. But congratulations, because I can't ring doodle.
Hringe.
Is that like Dutch Armenian?
Ukrainian, I believe.
Ah.
I know it's Ukrainian.
Hringe.
Hringe.
Hringe. Oh, that is beautiful. Kate Ringu. All right, I don't assume you're gonna. My partner took my last name, and I didn't want her to.
Well,
did.
I will be keeping my own. I worked
Good.
hard for this name. I'm keeping
Good.
it.
Especially with Hari, whatever the frig. Honestly, jokes aside, congratulations. That's wonderful.
Yeah, so there's your girl cast. Tell Liz.
Yeah. You're all welcome. And if it wasn't for me, this lady wouldn't be getting married.
Yes, exactly. Or if it wasn't for that dead body in the lake, you know.
Well, thank God they float. Because their stomachs fill with. Anyway.
Okay.
Wow. This got darker and darker and funnier and funnier. Okay, so I think Dana.
But yes, please do come and see The Man Who Fell to Pieces. It's
Uh,
a really awesome
and
play.
Kate, I'm gonna send this to you because that is a beautiful personal thing. I'll send it to you first, and if you want, I can cut that out and give it to you specially.
Okay.
If you don't want the world to know. Not saying you don't, because I'd be very proud. In fact, I proposed to my wife on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. She said no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then
But Dan eventually said yes.
Well, they say that stalking doesn't work. And they're right. Until I found that she murdered a horse. Then who's got the dirt? Just kidding. All right. This is gone the perfect sideways. This is a perfect sideways. Now we're all friends. And I'm sorry, but you're gonna get high-fived if I see you. And I'm terrible at high fives.
Cannot wait.
I'm good. No,
Right.
Benjamin, I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna miss.
Yeah, I expect it.
I'm gonna miss.
A whiff.
And then I'll stop and say we got to do it again.
It's again.
Yeah. Anything else, Kate? Anything else you want to add?
Sure. Yeah, that's it, really.
That is great. Dana, you were awesome. James, you were awesome. Benjamin, you were awesome. Finn McCool, you were the best. You really just laid waste to everybody else. Kate, congratulations. That is wonderful. Also, I can't wait to try to see your show, and if I don't, somebody will. And
yeah,
that's going to be it sounds like a great show you guys got on your hands. So.
You're going to want to see it. You're going to want to come.
Oh, I'm not allowed to leave my house. I'm under house arrest.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, lucky for you, there's a recorded version of it that you're going to be able to watch at home.
Yeah,
Thank you, James.
I illegally bred rabbits.
Actually, the recorded version of the show is a good thing to bring up because
good point.
Yeah, because we have a composer who is composing the music for the recorded version of the show.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, and we got some of the music through the other day, and it was very, very good, very interesting. So everybody tap into that recording, not just for the music, for everything, obviously. But yeah, that'll be good for Ireland and other countries for people to still be able to see it, that aren't in Edmonton.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm gonna say goodbye.
Yes.
But not good forever.
It's a see you later, not a goodbye.